Okay, let's continue on. Body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia can take on many forms. It can be something that someone who's anorexic or bulimic has to deal with. That if you look in the mirror, what you see in the mirror isn't what you're seeing out, what you're actually seeing. So someone who's anorexic can look in the mirror and still see themselves as fat, even though they're only like 90 pounds or something like that. That's called body dysmorphia. Transgender people have it because what they see themselves on the inside isn't what they see in the mirror. So they'll look in the mirror and it can be traumatizing because they think, inside they're a guy, inside they're a girl, but when they look in the mirror, they see something else. And that's very upsetting to them. There's other body dysmorphias with feelings of self-worth. For me, I am always going to believe that I'm worthless, that I'm selfish, that I'm ugly, that I don't have any talent, I don't have anything to offer anybody. Basically, I always feel like I'm the monster in the closet, something that you should keep hidden and away and basically I have a very negative point of view about my life and about me. Not really about my life, but about me. I have absolutely no ego. My id has taken over completely, and I cannot see anything positive about myself in any way. That's my body dysmorphia. It has little to do with the gender transition, and it has little to do with anorexia or bulimia. But I bring that up too because when we're talking about being bullied, there's a huge percentage of transgender teens who are bullied at school or whatever, and they can't come out to their parents because of whatever the situation is, and they can't take it, and they'll kill themselves. Now, if you haven't ever heard me talk about this, I am extremely anti-suicide. My Uncle Bill killed himself when I was about 3 to 5 years old, and the ripple effect in my family has echoed 30 years, 40 years, about 30 years. I think it is the most selfish thing that you could ever do, because you don't realize that all the people around you that love you have to deal with that ripple effect afterwards. My uncle left 3 children behind who had to grow up without a father. He left brothers and sisters behind who it affected them forever. My mom has never gotten over it. She was extremely close to my uncle. They were like Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing. And when he died, she was never the same. She's never been the same. I just, it's so selfish to do that. No matter how bad it is for you, you have to think about the people around you that it would affect too. You have to be, I just couldn't do it. And it's not because I couldn't actually do the act, because I've done some really reckless things that could have been resulted in an accidental suicide kind of thing. But it's more of the act of I just could not do that to other people, regardless. And no matter how much you think, well, nobody's going to miss me, nobody's going to want me, nobody loves me enough to actually care. There are people out there that care. Even if you're in a bad situation with your family, there's kids at school that care, there's teachers that care, there are people out there that care. You're not alone. And you got to think about what would happen to them. Perfect example of this, my brother. I used to be a cutter, and my brother used to be a cutter. And there was an experience where my dad saw all the cuts and things on my arms for the first time, and it's one of the few times I've ever seen my dad show any kind of emotion like that. And at the time I didn't understand what he was so upset about. And then I saw my brother cut himself, and I was in tears. It broke my heart so bad that he was to a level emotionally that he felt he had to do that. And it really stuck to me. That's like that feeling that I had, and the hurt and the pain and the I felt so helpless. I wanted to help him. I wanted to be there for him, and I couldn't do it. And I was crushed. And then I suddenly had this feeling, I mean, it just washed over me. I was like, this is exactly what my dad was feeling. This is exactly what our dad was feeling. That horrible pain, the crushed helplessness. He was feeling all that. And that was the moment that is like, I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing this again. The moment I saw my brother cut himself and all those emotions flooded, and I'm never going to do it again. I can't do that to other people. It's just, it's not fair to them to do that. And I know it's an emotional release and everything, because we just sometimes don't know how to express it, but there are so many other creative ways to do it, like painting or journaling or you know, singing. Singing is really good for me. It's a really good emotional release. There's a train coming, so I'm going to have to stop this one. But I absolutely have. I just don't have a lot of respect for anyone who would commit suicide. Nothing against you personally, but it's like this is the most selfish thing you could ever do, and it's the easy way out. Living life is the hard part. Suicide's the easy way out.